because it has been an incredible effort of partnership and collaboration, inspired by Denise, and for whom and all that work and effort and the vision for today, for which we're all very, very grateful. And I also want to thank the Home Office teams who are here, who I know we can give a quick round of applause for the Windrush unit and our compensation scheme teams and others, because I know that the desire to keep learning and keep improving and make sure that we are responding to what we hear is their priority as much as it is mine. And what we hear from you today will be informing how we work and what we do in the future, as much as it informs the work of the National Windrush Museum and all of our stakeholders' work here today. I'm, as you know, Seema Malhotra, Minister for Migration and Citizenship and Minister for Race Equality. And since last July, I have been honoured to have responsibility for our work on Windrush within the Home Office. It is a key priority for the Home Secretary and a vital story of our nation. And I want to also express my personal thanks to Dr. Les, Chair of the National Windrush Museum, and Denise and all the team, so many of whom are here today, for your incredibly inspiring vision. And indeed, the words that we heard from Denise, which have really stuck with me about the permanence and legacy in memory of mothers. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity also to visit the National Windrush Museum last autumn, because it gave me the opportunity to see firsthand your ability to tell the story of the Windrush generations in new and powerful ways. And the museum, the concept, the project has brought us together to have new conversations, to tell new stories, and to find new ways to listen and to hear. Now, this summit is an opportunity to reflect on and recognise the contributions of the Windrush generation, those incredible men and women who answered Britain's call to help rebuild our country in the aftermath of the Second World War, and who made immeasurable contributions to our society. Now, when the Home Secretary announced this government's Windrush reset in October of last year, she made clear our determination to hear firsthand and to learn from the Windrush generation and their descendants. It has been a privilege and indeed a very humbling experience since becoming minister to have met with so many members of the Windrush communities across the country, and to then have the opportunity to host you today. Now, today also follows on from our event in April, with the Windrush community coming into the Home Office when we hosted the screening of the very powerful Windrush Cymru Elders film, Windrush at 75. An event that itself had its roots in my visit to Cardiff last year, and the very sobering contributions and conversation with Auntie Roma, who's here today. It was a recognition of the gulf that we needed to bridge and the trust that we needed to build between the communities and the Home Office. And I am grateful to those from the Windrush Cymru Elders who have been able to join us here today, and to thank Professor Uso for all her work and her support in making that happen. Today we also welcome some of the Caribbean Hackney Elders. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge your contribution, and also to acknowledge all of the elders in the room. And I think we should give all of them a huge round of applause. as members of the Windrush community who have not only made a significant contribution to our economy, to our society, to our culture, to our public services, but have paved the way with their strength, their courage, and their dignity. Your presence here today is a powerful one and a reminder of the roots of this community and the importance of honouring your stories. This was indeed a theme that was part of my conversations when I visited the National Windrush Museum and spoke with Denise, Dr. Les, members of the National Windrush Museum Board, Development Council, individuals from the Next Gen team. It was very clear to me why it was so important to have this initiative and to see the place that it was going to fill. And I'm so pleased to see so many of you here today. I also want to thank some of our members of Parliament, and particularly Helen, who's here today, Helen Hayes, and so many of colleagues who I have met across the country. Silence, thank you to you for coming from Scotland and your work with Fair Justice Citizen for Scotland. And I'm grateful to the Windrush National Organisation, to the Caribbean and African Health Network, and so many others from whom I have learned and who have been part of how the Home Office is continuing to rebuild its connections with our communities and learn and share much more internally. Now, just last week, Debbie Weeks-Bernard, the Deputy Mayor of London, and I co-hosted a roundtable consultative event at London City Hall on reconciliation and restorative justice, linked to recommendation 3 of the Wendy Williams Lessons Learned Review. It was the beginning of a discussion with stakeholders, advocates, survivors, and community activists about how restorative change could be approached and how to create safe spaces to share lived experiences, to recognise the trauma, to recognise the need to build trust, to hear the impact, and to look at tackling the systemic issues across government beyond the Home Office were just part of the fundamental issues that were raised. And in understanding trust, I do want to acknowledge that some people who have joined us today may have mixed feelings about sitting here. I hope that by the end of this summit, you will feel that this is a new Home Office team and that we acknowledge the significance of the Home Office opening its doors to welcome the Windrush community, to deepen our dialogue, to listen and to learn, as we aim to build those stronger connections and try to restore trust, justice, and change that the Windrush generations so very much deserve. I also want to take this opportunity to reaffirm this government's commitment to the Windrush and Commonwealth communities that the Home Secretary gave in her written ministerial statement in October. We have re-established the Windrush unit in the Home Office. We aim to announce the Windrush Commissioner in the next few weeks, an independent advocate to be a trusted voice for victims and Windrush communities within government at the very highest levels, driving improvements and driving lasting change. We have published online the historical roots of the Windrush Scandal Report to help improve public understanding of the history behind the scandal. Our priority is to understand and to learn from events that took place in the past and to focus on the future by ensuring that the department is inclusive and considers the impact of all its work on people from every background. Working with stakeholders, such as the National Windrush Museum, is key to learning from the past. And as reflected by Dr. Les, the National Windrush Museum is vital to society because it serves as a powerful symbol of history, resilience, and community. And by doing so, the museum fosters understanding, empathy, and respect across generations and communities. It provides a space for education and reflection, helping correct misconceptions and challenging injustices rooted in history. I'm also grateful to have such distinguished panel members with us today, including Professor Uzo, Dr. Juanita Cox, Anthony Brown, Stafford Scott, and others who will be making contributions during the course of the sessions this afternoon. Your presence underscores the importance of diverse voices and perspectives in shaping our understanding of justice and restorative dialogue. And I'm very keen to hear all of your reflections on today's theme, Reframing Windrush Justice for a New Britain. The roundtable discussions today are also a vital part of this summit. They will enable us to gather rich, diverse insights and data essential in helping us further strengthen and drive forward changes based on your voice and your experience. Because our society is a vibrant tapestry of diverse communities, each contributing unique stories, cultures and histories that enrich our society as a whole. As we all work towards reframing Windrush justice for a new Britain, it is paramount that we honour the resilience and contributions of the Windrush community, where every story has a rightful place, and where the grief from the past turns into values and long-standing change positively for the future. So today, as we reflect on the meanings of the words Windrush and Windrush Generations, let us also recognise that it is the start of a new and ongoing dialogue, and for today to be a day we listen, reflect, learn and celebrate an important story of our nation. Thank you.
No, I think they have 11:30 on the wheel.